society, it has been a growing trend for people to ditch their traditional carnivore diet and switch to a more herbivore diet. It has been so much of a trend that restaurants has even added meatless options to their menus. And like Burger King has added Impossible Burgers as well as Chipotle have meatless burrito options. Today we will be talking about what veganism is, and I will tell you the different dietary forms that comes with veganism, and some of the pros and cons. I have been a vegan since 2019, so I've been a vegan for 2 years now. So I know a few things about the joys that comes with being a vegan and a couple of the shortcomings that comes with being a vegan. We'll first start talking about what veganism is, and then we'll go into a few of the dietary options, and then from there, the pros and the cons. Veganism is more than just what we consume as a diet. Veganism is a lifestyle. According to the Vegan Society, a well-known vegan organization, you normally see those on the back of your food that have the little V on it with a circle on the back. It describes veganism as a philosophy and a way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as is possible or practical, all forms of exploration and of cruelty animals for food, clothing, and other purposes. In other words, no consumption or use of any animal or animal byproducts as far as possible. Being a vegan doesn't mean that you have to change your life and you can't enjoy the things that everyone else has, because you can still have nice shoes and clothing and eat nice food being a vegan. Nike has vegan vegan option clothes, animal free clothing, as well as Tom's and Doc's have some nice vegan shoes. You just being a vegan just means you have to show awareness to animals' lives as well. According to the Pretty Planner, a blog in 2020, Gucci launched an off-the-grid collection that includes vegan sneakers and clothing. So even high-top designer clothes are jumping in. There are different dietary forms that comes with being a vegan. One dietary form of being a vegan is raw veganism that consists of uncooked fruits and vegetables. Cynthia Sass, who has her master's in nutritional science, even said another component of being a raw vegan means that you cannot heat any of your food over 118 degrees Fahrenheit. Microbiotic, also known as whole food veganism, is a dietary form that when you eat a lot of whole grains and fresh vegetables. All vegans are not healthy, however. There's another form called junk food veganism. It consists of processed vegan foods such as mock meats and animal-free junk foods such as Oreos or Skittles. Now that we talked about what veganism is and a few of the dietary supplements, let's talk about some pros that comes with being a vegan. Being a vegan means that you have no cholesterol. You eat no cholesterol because animals make cholesterol, and we eat plant-based foods. Researchers have been studying to see if the vegan diet has therapeutic potential in preventing or treating cardiovascular disease, since we have no animal products in food. However, researchers did not come to a conclusion, but they did associate being vegan with reduction in established type 2 diabetes. Another pro that comes with being a vegan is the sustainability it has on the planet. On average, 15 to 30% of our food dietary choice affect climate change. And being a vegan means low environmental impact, which reduces global warming. Now that we talked about a few pros that comes with being a vegan, we're gonna talk about some cons that come with being a vegan. Being a vegan means that we do not get all of the necessary nutrition that we need in our food. we lack one key component, and it's not protein because we get a lot of that from our beans and lentils. It's B12. B12 helps us maintain the nerve cells in our nervous system, and that's very much needed. WebMD also stated that vegans are frequently deficient in calcium, iron, vitamin D, zinc, and more. But I beg to differ that because we get enough for our calcium from our milks because much of our dairy-free milks has the same calcium as regular milks. The vegan society has also noted that lack of B12 in a vegan diet can lead to increased risk of heart attacks and strokes. So we need to take supplements. We mainly need to take B12 supplements, but other supplements that some need to take is B12, zinc, iron, and if we don't get all our supplements, then some vegans are known to have micronutrients deficiency, which is the lack of essential vitamins and minerals we need to keep our body going smoothly. Signs of having micronutrition is being tired, drained, or having a loss of appetite. Now that you know a little bit about what being a vegan is and the pros and cons that come with it, I hope that you learned something. We talked about what a vegan is, what it's like to be a vegan, as well as a few of the pros and cons. Thank you.
Woo!
Good. Now can I eat myself?
Can you what?
Eat myself.